Now,
Okay. Yep.
have all of you guys deleted? Have you guys deleted the items that you had but may have lost?
Yes.
Oh.
I have my inventory is completely gone.
Well, that's gonna be okay. That you had.
You're planning
but
on
may
giving
have
us our
lost?
stuff back? Why?
Oh.
I have my.
I mean,
It's chapter 2, man.
no.
I mean,
I
I
haven't
have a lot of
supposed to be
stuff.
about the
I haven't
future.
changed anything about my inventory at all. I'm just been ignoring it.
Okay.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Well,
'Cause I'm like, well, I don't have an inventory, so it's very easy to remember what I have, which is nothing.
I guess I'll have to put a post on the subreddit asking, "What did Bird have?"
The only thing I had that was of note was the wardrobe ring, which I gave back, or do I still have that?
You had that.
I thought you had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is I have spy goggles, which I've never used and don't know what they do.
Okay. And you also had the infinite bag of rocks. And
I did have
maybe
the infinite
money.
bag of rocks. I did have a lot of money, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Okay.
Infinite rocks.
Yep. So let's just do something real quick. I'm getting used to my new setup. Not only did I have to fix up my audio equipment a little bit, I also had to put my microphone stand literally on top of a stack of towels. That
to like,
Owls.
yeah.
that dampen out the hum and doesn't cause my microphone to jiggy anymore.
Yeah, what you might want to consider is either getting like a boom arm with a
Yes.
with a shock mount.
A real thing. Yep.
'Cause
I'm gonna get that, and then I'm also picking up tomorrow one of those wind cover sleeves that Keith has. Those little slips that you put over your microphone to help with
yeah.
sibilance and stuff like that.
Actually, can you tell me which one that is? 'Cause I hate my
S's.
I hate my giant. Well, I've got a giant pop filter, and
Oh,
I would
yeah.
totally take like
Oh,
a slip
yeah.
cover
Little
instead.
dragon pads, or whatever they're called. Pop filters.
Well, the one I
Pop
got
filters
is
are
the
annoying.
one. The one I got is the one that when you get the AT2020 USB,
It's suggested.
it's like, oh
Yeah.
wait, no, now it's not apparently.
No, there's
It was
I
like
got a s-
frequently brought together those things, but now it's not listed as that thing anymore.
That's correct. Yeah, I got literally that thing. I don't know if my voice is louder or not. I had to reset a lot of things, so maybe I want to check your levels just across the board.
Nah, you sound good.
If you scroll down
Okay.
to customers who bought this also bought, then there's like 3 windscreens for the AT2020 there.
Yeah. Last but not least,
Ranging from $10 to $17.
I have a gel keyboard arriving in the next, like, 5 minutes. So, if you want to wait, that would be really cool. If not, we can just start, and it's not a big deal.
5 minutes? How's that possible?
Here,
I live in Seattle.
yeah.
He lives in a future
mean, we can
city
wait.
from the future.
I have started
Yeah.
streaming so people stop asking me, when are you gonna start?
Okay,
Future.
it's literally gonna be no more than like another like 3 minutes.
So I
5
had,
minutes.
Do we even do that much typing
I
during
had,
D&D?
Bird does.
I do.
This is actually like a really nice thing, and I'm totally down for waiting, especially because we're only going to be able to fit in one session.
I'm just
Yeah,
sitting here
tonight, but
fixing
that's okay.
video because I'm trying to make a game look like how it's supposed to look.
I was
The
trying
color
to.
contrast and saturation.
I spent the entire day basically working on trying to automate audio processing and noise cancellation and stuff like that, and I couldn't. Adobe Premiere is so fucking bad at scripting. Automating Adobe Premiere is just horrible. But well, the next best thing to covering up your audio problems is to actually fix them. So I'm doing that now. But yeah, I do type a lot, so, and I'm going to, well, it's going to be better. Because I'll have a gel keyboard.
Let's see.
Or will it?
Well, one way or another, if we're going to be waiting, I assume you have not looked over the list of items that I threw in the podcast thing.
I saw a couple of them. One of them was Estus Flask, and I was like,
That's also
oh,
the one I
God.
noticed.
I mean, realistically, it would be a refillable potion, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to call it an Estus Flask, because that's what it is.
Yes.
Instead of, like, trying to masquerade as anything else.
Oreos!
Okay, the guy delivering my keyboard is parked outside my building. I will be getting a phone call in the next, like, couple of seconds. Or maybe not.
Are Amazon delivery people not supposed to smoke?
No, there's nothing against that. Why?
The guy I live with was going to report the Amazon delivery man for smoking, and I was just generally confused by the concept.
Oh.
That doesn't seem like anything.
UPS
I've never
drivers
heard
are
of
not.
that.
UPS drivers are not supposed to smoke in their trucks, but I believe the Amazon delivery drivers don't have their own trucks.
Well,
Right.
the thing about it is, I mean, cardboard can and will soak up that scent. So.
Gitter has two very differently sized knives.
The immovable object. A shield with immobile... what the hell is that? What's an immovable rod?
An immovable rod is you click the button on it and it won't move.
Oh, so it's literally just a badass shield.
Yeah. I mean, technically you can break it. You can break the rod and that will finally move it, but...
Oh, okay.
So, you're not going to be able to stop, say, a train from falling on you. But you could, plant it in front of, like, a bowl and stop it in its tracks. You can also use it to fly, technically.
Where he puts up the curtain and then it's a brick wall behind it.
Yeah. My favorite was, I had an acrobat-type character, and I started doing, like, 3D platformer, like, spins on it, and then every time I'd like come around, I'd click the button and click it again, and I could fly by rapidly clicking the button and spinning.
A great axe with a wand of wonder? I could be axe wielding Jubilee.
Yes.
I don't think Dimitri would go for that, but Greg would embrace it wholeheartedly.
I was originally considering
Ribbon
not
dancer
actually
Greg.
saying... I was originally considering not actually saying what it would do apart from glitters and looks nice. And then just whenever you crit, shit would happen. But I'm like, nah.
I like that one. Magic duct tape. That's... I'm buying that one. Oh, I'm getting that one. Oh, keyboard just got here.
Okay, I'm gonna go get some water while he gets set up. And then we should be good to go.
Okay. Sorry if I've been munching on the Oreos.
Nah.
Oh yeah, Shell, you haven't looked at the item list. Go look at the item list.
I have looked at the item list. I've already made a list of the list that I would like from the list.
But have you made a list of the list?
Well, I mean, obviously the Siren's Choker is made for me, practically.
Yeah.
I also thought that the Mithril Orb sounded good. I suppose if Bird is gonna dibs the magic duct tape, I don't know.
On one hand, I'm looking for things that can ruin Wander's campaign, but on the other hand, I'm thinking I have no money or inventory.
You're a little lizard.
There's a lot of money vaporized on some tower somewhere in a different dimension.
No, at the base of the tower. It's just lying there.
I don't know how big the explosion was that may or may not have shattered a reality.
Oh, yeah, well, that's something different. But it was not directly vaporized. The Lich, yes. Everything else, eh.
That's one way to break a phylactery.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, are phylacteries, are they, is it a phylactery or the phylactery or...
Phylactery.
Phylactery?
Got a K.
So, are they magic source? Is their soul somehow bound to it? Or is it something
Their soul
else?
is contained within it.
Oh. So how did they become a lich in the first place? Do they perform some kind of...
Dread ritual, yes.
Yep, a ritual.
Technically, there are a couple other ways to become liches, but those are more like, you know, edge cases. There's actually a druid lich.
What is his soul tied to a tree, and if it gets cut down, he's
No,
dead?
actually, they don't have a phylactery.
All right.
Phylactery. Yeah, it's actually
Phylactery?
phylactery. Yeah.
It's a
I've been
Phylactery.
mispronouncing it for forever.
It's spelled out Phylactery.
Phylactery.
Okay, Wander, I'm about to do something really cool.
Like,
Are you ready for
okay.
this?
Phil.
I'm
Okay.
switching to continuous transmission,
Okay.
and I'm going to type. It's like 1,000,000,000% better.
No, it's super
a
super
little
quiet.
bit,
I heard like a little bit of gush gush,
We
but that was
normally
about
can't
it.
hear you type anyway because of noise gating on TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't get that. Well, Wander doesn't get that in the
For the actual audio.
that I give him. So I just reduce his noise cancellation crap job. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Okay. 3, 2,
Nope,
1.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think Keith is ready to go.
I need to launch OBS real quick. There we go.
Also, Bird isn't even logged into Integrated
Oh, I
Band,
mean,
is he?
I was gonna.
I was like, ah, shit.
It's okay.
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, start. All right. So
Yeah, who's gonna tell the recap? Is it Keith's turn? Because I think
yeah, sure. Lizard
Dimitri
on the
did it
wall.
last time, and I did it the time before, right?
I do believe it is time for Drez. Yes.
I'm a lizard now, and I'm on a train, and I think someone died, and I don't know how I got here, or why we're here, and I don't know who I am, or why I am, or how I am, and now I'm just kind of hanging out in a corner, and such is my lot in life. And I
Okay.
saved up money for some reason, and that's all gone. But that's really not, like, in the top 10 problems to be had right now. So,
Boy, that's a really
here I am.
That's a real Drez-centric recap right there. He can tell his priorities lie with numero uno.
Well, we haven't even really been
I'm
able.
sorry. I guess my reality just shattered. I'm sorry if
Twice.
your train problems seem important to you.
Well, the other thing is,
man.
is Drez at all confused at the fact that Dimitri's voice is coming out
Drez
of
has
Gruff?
had no idea what's been going on for days at this point.
Bird has just decided to gaslight me via D&D.
It's been hilarious.
My character doesn't know why he is here, where he is, what we're doing.
Yeah,
or
none of
who
you guys
he is,
actually
or what
told Drez anything. They're
I
just
also
like,
don't know.
hop on the train.
Also, in many ways, no one told Drez what's going on with him in the first place, so and that seems more important. So he's pretty preoccupied thinking about that shit because he doesn't know who he is at this point or what's going on. and everything's. This is. I'm in the middle of like Eraserhead right now.
It's
You're in
okay.
Twilight
You're my
Zone.
favorite little gecko man.
You're also the only person that's ahead right now, because I don't know how long Gruck Smashgood's gonna be around, and ogres take a while to draw. So
What?
I just like to imagine
Oh,
that
fair
he's
point.
actually ahead.
yeah, there's just a giant head holding a giant cigar in its mouth, and that's just how this works.
Here's Beardly McPherson, here's Fish Lady, here's Lizard Boy, and here's the face of Bo.
Here's the face of Gruck.
Is the endless bag of rocks still a thing? We're gonna find out. Wanda's gonna let me know real soon.
Yeah,
But,
soon-ish.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are
Let us
you
get
guys
back
are
into character.
yes. So you guys are on the train, and
We just fled after Drez witnessed. Well, he didn't witness, but he saw the room.
a dwarf spaghetti, I believe, was the specific wording. And so there's an angry dwarf in the car ahead of you, and he was shouting, and you all pieced it back to this car to look as not guilty as possible.
We look very legitimate, like legitimate businessmen. We're here for business.
So
I have the best alibi.
so Drez, I gotta know specifically what you're up to. Have you actually been like obvious, or have you just been like skittering around the top as just like a lizard?
I have
'Cause-
just been a lizard.
Okay, because I don't know like how much you're trying to hide yourself, or if like a stray glance can find you. Because Skitter's like actively hiding, you are just kind of lizard.
I have not been doing stealth rolls. I have
Okay.
just been having a crisis.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
He's been relying on natural lizard unsuspectabilities. He is like Spanish Inquisition, except
Okay.
a lizard.
Roll a perception check, by the way.
And
All of
generally
us?
expected.
No, just Drez.
Just Drez.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, goody. Let's see here. We also might need to talk about what my hit points count as at this point.
Let's see. So you notice that
damn.
you notice that the lady in armor is has looked at you a couple of times. Nobody else seems to have noticed your existence.
I've also learned that she is a lady.
Yes.
This is impressive to deduce through the armor.
Well, I guess you might not know because you haven't given a shit, but Gelato had mentioned to Alarin that Lorian Morn, the lady in armor, is a lady in armor.
I'm hearing your
So
voice
she's just been
again.
glancing at me.
Well,
I'm the only person on the entire train she'll pay attention to.
Well, Dimitri does not wish to talk to her, and nobody wants to talk to Scrappy Doo, the halfling. So
I've evidently unlocked the key to her heart.
She is scaly. Alright, I believe our DM is currently predisposed.
Okay.
So-
I'm letting you guys actually banter for once. You don't talk to each
okay,
other like ever. So
Okay.
whenever that happens,
Alright.
I'm like, all right, I am letting go of the situation. We'll see where this goes.
Alright, so I'm... so we got word from the halfling. I'm wondering, did I actually know anything about the spaghettified dwarf, or was I not privy to that knowledge?
Drez has told you that there is dwarf spaghetti.
Oh, okay.
It was
I
a
got
popular
you.
topic of conversation last session.
Yes. In fact, kind of a mishmash of lyrics. Yeah, I'm mildly... why don't you guys extra banter for a second? Shell's having some weird tech problems, so...
Well, I'm actually I'm hearing his voice through one of you guys, I think. Maybe? And it's weird.
Let me check if my audio settings are messed up. No, I think I'm okay on my end.
Yeah. This is confusing. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm actually hearing you.
Am I?
Ah, damn it.
I'm the only person with no problems today.
You have to talk in
Okay.
order for you to hear me through one of them.
I don't know.
Hey, yeah, it's... Huh,
I haven't heard it yet.
really?
No, haven't at all.
Because I hear it loud and clear.
Tell me when it shows up again. In fact, pull up TeamSpeak so you can see the little like circles.
Well,
And see who it-
notice that Bird's light is flickering when you're talking.
Oh,
It is?
is it all the time or is it
All
only
the time
partial?
or just partial? No, it's just partial.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I don't...
No, it's not there now.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Here,
I was
let's.
just
Can we cut the
noticing.
recording so I can cut this out really easily?
Yeah, sure. Let's just
Okay.
redo this.
All right.
Sorry.
So 3, 2.
I was just hearing things.
3.
No, I just have viral tech problems. It's okay. They're just
Yep.
going everywhere.
Wander's trying to do a countdown.
3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Start. Okay.
All right. So
We good to go?
when you
Yes.
saw the dwarf, did you pick up any clues of what might have spaghettified the man?
Nope.
Just was destroyed. All right.
Here,
Well,
let me change it so you can see the room again. Because
Oh,
it's not
yes,
like
thanks.
you've necessarily forgotten. Or at least Drez
he
hasn't.
just picked it up and moved it. Jesus,
Yep, that's how he was animating it last time too.
that's
Yeah.
adorable. Did we figure out what those silhouettes were?
Well,
goop?
yeah, that's what Drez saw, though we didn't see any of it.
Yes, is that goo? Is that oil in the room, Drez?
There's weird dark stuff everywhere, and there's a djinn in the next room, and he looks out.
Here, I'll move that one too.
And are we saying all this aloud for everyone to hear?
It's up to you.
This sounds
Uh,
like a Lauren's problem, right?
no,
She's
no,
the
no.
goo expert.
I'm just
What?
speaking to Drez.
He's our moisture
We have a
farmer.
telepathic link.
Yeah, so
Oh, they have a
Alarin and
telepathic
Skiddo can't
link.
hear this. You two are having a private dialogue
Oh, okay,
that nobody
I'll stay out
can
of it
hear.
then.
And
Get out of my head!
I said on the last episode that the sending stones let you do it telepathically. I looked it up, and it turns out my idea of sending stones are completely wrong. We're just going to treat them as walkie-talkies because the actual use of them is garbage.
I assume it's like you can only
Are they
send a
Morse
single
code?
message and
Yeah, single
shit.
message per day or something like that. And I'm like, nope, we'll just have them be walkie-talkies.
Okay. Alright, that sounds a lot more fun. They're like, anyway. Cool. So, the Jinns were apparently having a bit of a civil war. Perhaps it is particularly anathemic to what we want to do to have Jinns, like, around on this terrain. All I'm saying is, you know, what we do with our poop, it goes overboard. Perhaps we do that with the Jinn. What do you think?
Grok, why are we here?
Lauren, why are we here?
Are
That's
you
not
talking
telepathic.
through? Are you talking through the stone or
Yes, I'm
just
talking to you now.
why? It's because you guys got yourselves killed, and then we were teleported to the astral plane where Vivi revealed that she's actually some kind of god being called an inevitable. And,
Oh, right. We're here to get my body. We're trying to steal gold.
Well, we're trying to build you a new body.
Yes. Made out of
Oh
thievery
my
from
god.
Jinns.
Alright.
I'm gonna assume that made sense to you.
Do
See-
you regret asking?
But I was talking through the sending stone, so unless he has like super hearing.
No. Sending stones are walkie-talkies. We just established this.
So we are whispering into them?
Yeah. And you notice Reginald is now smiling, like, right next to you guys.
Oh.
So Reginald has just become the protagonist of Lackadaisy for me.
Hello, Reginald.
Hi! I couldn't help but hearing that, your secret ulterior motives for being here. I can keep it hush-hush, don't worry about me, but, oh, I'd love to hear what you're actually up to on this train, because, business, wink wink. And he's, like, winking madly while saying wink.
I telepathically communicate this to Drez now. I hate this guy.
Didn't you have to put up with Greg?
Yeah, well...
You let him through a gate on purpose.
You know, just when I think I'm doing better in life, things come and pull me back down.
So before...
Alright, Reginald, what do you think
before
that you could
Reginald
possibly
can do anything,
contribute?
the dwarf kicks down the door, shoves you out of the way, and is like, "Alright, which one of you did it? Which one of you killed my brother?" And he's like in here and he's fuming and he's waving like the most monstrously large wrench you have ever seen.
Hello, friend. It was not me.
That's not convincing in the slightest. Sit down, shut up, I'll deal with you one by one. One of you had to do it. You're the only ones on this train. Right?
Probably?
Reginald goes and sits down. He has got that dumb grin on his face. Alright, I should roll 2 things. Alright, alright. So, Drez, you are probably watching this. He does not notice you. You are a secret lizard. Let's see. So,
Hey.
you, big one. What's your name and why are you on this train?
Which one was big one?
You!
Oh. Well, there's, I'm on this train because I'm on here for legitimate business.
Legitimate business, huh?
Yes.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true in the slightest. Come on, cough it up. Why are you actually here?
Let's see what Mr. Bluffroll has to say about that.
Alright, so I'm gonna say this straight up. You guys have to back up more than just like the bluff roll. You actually have to kind of come up with something semi-convincing. You can't just be like, I bluff roll it away. It's like, well, that doesn't give me much to work off of. Okay, cool. I've been reading D&D horror stories.
I'm just thinking that people that run legitimate businesses don't generally refer to their businesses as legitimate businesses.
that is the joke, yes.
Okay.
Okay. I am here because I sell lizards. And I was taking this lizard to take to the genies and see if they wanted to buy more of them. See, this is special lizard. I telepathically command Drez to fly into my hand.
That's
This lizard is talking lizard. See, say thing. I poke Drez.
Wait, can you command something to fly that doesn't fly?
No, you jump into my hand. I command you to jump from your roost into my hand.
It isn't easy being green.
See? He says witty little things.
That is both one of the most impressive and shitty things I've ever seen. Also, no one would buy that. Are you daft?
No.
So.
I could see your lips moving.
Don't move. Don't move. I'll be back for you in a bit. And you notice his, like, dwarfy little eyes, squint. I guess I should actually roll his perception check to see if he believes you. Okay. So he's gonna move on. He is pointing that wrench at you, even when he's, like, moved on to Alarin. He's got that wrench, angled your direction.
Is he cocking that wrench like a shotgun? Like, what is he doing?
You notice that there is electricity arcing,
oh, Jesus.
arcing alongside this thing. This isn't just a wrench.
Oh.
It looks like it's got some punch to it.
Drez, I'm whispering to you psychically.
You're touching my everything.
Drez, I need you to sneak into that room and find out anything you can about what killed his brother so that we can lie better.
Then why did you call attention to me? So that everyone knows I'm here. And tied to you.
Fuck. Do it anyway, I command.
God damn it. This is actually hell. I'm the reason you have a body.
For now.
God damn it. I try to leave the room. I did legitimately save that body myself. Maybe twice.
Alright, girly. Why are you on this train and why are you wearing such a nice dress?
Oh, well, thank you for the compliment. You see, I'm from the plane of water, and unfortunately, there's quite a shortage of precious gems. We can't really mine for them down in the depths, so I'm traveling through the plane of Earth to find more igneous rocks that would be best found in the plane
You're
of
going
water.
quarrying in that dress?
Oh, no. I only meet contacts to conduct the rites, to find particular locations where deposits are being held. In a way, I'm just a scout.
So if you're from the elemental plane of water, why didn't you get on in the water, elemental plane of water, as opposed to here, now, on our way to the elemental plane of fire?
Why I get down here? Well, I was traveling with this friend over here who's peddling the lizards.
Yeah, we go way back.
Gem salesman and a lizard salesman.
Well, we're just friends. You know, we've known each other for a long time. We
Oh.
found out that we were heading towards the same direction, and then we decided we would...
I've been the engineer on this
synchronize
train for almost 100 years. Friends don't just get on the Elemental Express for a leisure ride.
No, we're both on our way to business, and we synchronized our travel schedule so we could hang out.
Uh-huh.
We meet at various shows and conventions of sorts.
You're
Yes.
con goers. Roll a bluff check. He's not buying this.
Ongoers.
Con goers?
He has not heard of conventions or cosplay or lizard peddlers.
Or panels.
Oh, good God.
Okay, bluff is
Deception.
It's not just skills, right? Deception.
Sorry, they're renamed every skill, so you guys are gonna have to deal with about 20 years of conditioning. Alright. Well, he believes you. Weird girl. Keep an eye on your friend, he's shifty. He's gonna keep going. Alright, and you hear him yelling, just straight up yelling, at Reginald. And Reginald is yelling back. It's mostly incoherent. But he's no longer paying attention to you guys. You guys are welcome to do what you want.
Alright, what do you mean by welcome? Can we get up?
Well, you can get up. His back is turned, and he is currently shouting at the loudest halfling you have ever
I'm
met.
going to Sending Stone to Lauren. I can't do that, alright?
Yes.
I
So
mean-
you'd have to whisper into it.
Yeah, I would whisper.
And like you actually have to like hold it up to your well, you have to hold the thing.
We're right next to each other. Okay, it's probably a sneakier to do whispering into Sending Stone. I whisper to Lauren. I sent Trez on secret mission. Over.
Roger that.
He's going to go and find out why he's gonna look for clues.
Okay.
Okay. I will let you know what he finds.
Okay, so the yelling
Poor
match
little
has
Drez. Hope he doesn't run into anything too large out there.
the yelling match has stopped, and he has moved on to Gelato, where it seems to be much more pleasant. Okay.
Oh,
And then lastly...
shit. I could have sent Skitter.
Yeah, you guys don't even know where Skitter is. I have him there, but he's not there. I just don't move him around because he's not like a...
Okay.
The problem is if I move Skitter around, you guys know where he's going, and then it's confusing. So he's just poof. I'll put him upside down. When he's right back right side up, you'll know where he is.
Tres.
I'm actually watching intently. I want to see what this man says to the knight.
Okay, so roll a perception check.
Okay.
Okay, that is not enough. They're actually talking really quietly. Though that's enough to kind of know that the two of them are already acquainted with each other and seem to be on friendly terms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I see. So, let's shift over. So that's actually quite some investigation. Let's pull up some numbers. Or not numbers, some factoids. I wrote notes today.
All the skills that might be relevant. I don't think I can save him with that number of medicine roll of 6.
No, you're
But I might be able to tell he's dead.
Okay, so you slap a band-aid on it, he'll be okay in 2 weeks, give or take. Your medical skills are not up to snuff, but you believe in him. So let's see.
Wait. It's actually trying to help the dwarf?
He rolled a 6 on medicine. He does not have...
that's with a +4 modifier.
Yeah. It's like if he got a +4 on that, then he did real poorly on that.
The thing about the new skill system is I can't tell which ones count as knowledge anymore.
He
used to always be
tried
called,
to
knowledge, arcane,
administer
and stuff.
doctor skills, but he's got tiny little lizard claws. They're very bad at holding open band-aid.
I've got a big head and little arms.
Okay.
Everybody walk the Drez.
So you find a couple of things. So the room is actually... the room would almost be considered immaculate if it weren't for the half dwarf
inside it,
and the it's soot or ash or something. Something was burned here, sort of, and it looks like just clouds of ash had been like just spit into this room, and it just settled in piles and covered surfaces and stuff. But it doesn't look like there are signs of a struggle. It doesn't look like there's any signs of disturbed things. It looks like whomever killed this dwarf did so and disappeared. They did not stick around to loot him. They didn't stick around to interact with him in any way, shape, or form. All they did was killed him, shit ash everywhere, and then vanished.
What does his wound look like?
He has been splattered against the wall. So not shown are the kind of charred outline of where the dwarf's torso might have been.
Oh, it's definitely fire-based, whatever it is, because it incinerated him and then poof, and all the smoke is left over afterwards.
So the attack itself was noticeably also fire, not just like the presence of the creature or anything?
Maybe you don't see direct burn marks. Just, crumbled ashen dwarf bits that are like bone
Like
dry.
he just got suicide squatted?
Oh.
Let's see. So
Academy Award-winning dwarf corpse.
you do not know. You do not know where this ash came from. It doesn't. I mean, it looks like maybe something got burned, maybe, but it's hard to tell. And you do find. I guess, tell me where you're looking, and with that roll, I'll tell you what you do. Because I can't just give you the carte blanche.
I'm gonna go under the bed.
Okay, you go under the bed. So you do find a notebook down there.
That's the one place I can fit. Is there room to open the notebook?
No.
Yeah. How much bigger than me is the notebook?
I mean, you could easily, like, grab it in your little lizard paws and, like, okay, so you're effectively, like, baby Groot-sized, maybe? And you have about the same mobility as baby Groot. You are baby Groot.
Or like, but no, he's larger than
So, like-
Stuart Little.
So I can
Yeah.
basically pick up a small metal to run around with.
Yeah. So you could pick up the notebook and like run off with it.
What could go wrong? Okay, let's grab the notebook.
Uh-oh, but then he'd get
And
more
try-
suspicious.
Dragging it out a little bit.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
There it is. Fuck.
Okay. So there are now super conspicuous little lizardy footprints
Oh no!
in made out of like ash running through the room, kind of
I was gonna
underneath
say
the
I'm not sure about that color.
Oh
Oh no!
and they're leading to you. They kind of peter out once you're here. It wasn't that much, but it's kind of obvious that a little lizardy creature has just run through this room.
no! Oh no!
Well, that
question is,
was worst possible
Does he
outcome.
notice this though?
No, the dwarf has not noticed this. In fact, he seems to be.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
So you notice that you have made a mistake.
There's no easy way to fix it. Besides horrible, horrible evidence-destroying druid magic. Like if I made some move to flood the room, then no one would figure it out.
It's not a terrible idea.
Can I notice that? Let's try investigating whatever the fuck's happening in here.
Okay. So, oh right, you did get door handle proficiency when you were a snake. So you managed to get the door open, and there is a genie just out cold, and by the looks of him, probably dying.
Oh no!
He is messed up. He is covered in wounds, soot, ash, whatever it is, and he looks like something took him into the cleaners and then threw him back into the chimney afterwards. I don't know. I'm running out of metaphorical words, but he has seen some shit and it wasn't good.
Is there any way I could possibly understand what's happening here?
Roll a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Well, I mean, what do you mean
Holy
understand
shit.
what's happening? Yeah, so you understand the depths of his wounds. Whatever hit him was most definitely like large, sharp, but not like sword sharp, more like kind of jagged sharp. Like maybe claws or like giant pincers.
You said that the wall was
something?
solid, right?
The wall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
wall
the
doesn't
wall.
have like a hole in it.
The wall is solid. It almost looks like he got dumped. Where the with the dwarf who died, he died there, or approximately close to there, and like the body had landed there. This guy is kind of lying in a heap in a pile, and whatever ash looks like it had just kind of rained down. It's not nearly as
whether
indiscriminate.
Jin can go through walls or anything.
See, you don't know that. That is so outside of your wheelhouse. I can't imagine you would know.
Also, the monster manual is gone.
Yep.
Well, this is generally unhelpful. Let's see if I can get anything out of the journal. about
Okay.
what's happening?
But
So-
he's dying.
So you flip the massive journal
I don't know if
open,
it's good or bad that he's dying yet.
and it is the personal journal to a man named Wentworth. Shit. I don't have his last name. Okay, his name is Wentworth.
Applebottom.
I think it starts with an A. I can look it up. But so it's a personal
You just
journal.
named this guy the apple bottom genie.
There,
No.
you caught
we
onto
don't,
it.
we don't know if the journal's the
damn it.
genies.
Yeah. So the journal belongs to a man named Wentworth, and Wentworth Barnes, and he actually, coincidences above all coincidences, he's actually from Zagnoth. Or was. It more or less, the journal starts with him being like, "I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. All the other nobles have gone crazy, sold out the city, and I want nothing to do with
was
it."
just the weird collapsing city, right? Not the
Yeah.
whole world.
Yes.
Yeah, where you died.
Yeah.
And so he was there, he knew something, the city was falling, and he had to get out. And that was about the extent of what he wrote. And more so, the journal has to do with like his personal interactions and observations with his client. He doesn't specify who or where or what, but that his client had sought him out, some months before, and had, had him doing some, like, odd jobs, mostly acquisitions and whatnot, before eventually asking him specifically to retrieve something called the Black Box and make sure that it arrives safely, and that he had been secured passage on this train accordingly.
Well, that probably answers questions that I didn't have yet, and answers none of the questions I did have. We have discovered a MacGuffin. I still don't know what killed him.
It's probably whatever was within the black box.
Well,
Does it make
none of
any
us have,
mention
like,
of a genie at all?
none of us have, like, fire, like, powers. So we have a bit of an alibi right there.
Good thing.
But this is also out of character
known
knowledge.
for prominently using fire.
Well, just you don't do anything, and then you'll be okay.
I'm just like, my portrait is me holding a fireball of this character. Not that I've done anything on this train yet, but I'm like, yeah, no one uses fire.
I know what I was saying.
Well, shit.
So with the 23 medicine roll, the one thing you do know is that this genie will probably die within the next couple of minutes if you don't do anything.
And I have no idea if that's good or not yet. Let's see.
Chances... nah, never mind.
I mean, we probably shouldn't be putting our input in, but he's the
don't
only
think-
one who knows what happened, maybe.
I don't have any kind of detect evil spells. I don't remember if I even have access to them, but I definitely don't have them prepped. And none of the other skills really apply, do they?
Yes.
Well, shit.
So I might as well describe this guy a little bit, because my drawing of him is kind of elaborate. But so he looks like he has a uniform on. He doesn't look like he's just some random genie. He looks like he is kind of dressed with a purpose to look like something. He looks kind of official, but also like kind of desert-y. So he's got like the scarf that could be pulled over his head to keep the sun off. But he's got like kind of loose-fitting clothing that's, gilded and looks really fancy. So he looks like one part guardsman, another part like kind of decoration for somebody.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds and then leave.
Okay. So he stabilizes, but he doesn't wake up. And then you scamper out of there.
Meow. That's basically
Okay.
the best outcome.
Okay.
Tiny lizard dress.
So he is going to come back to you guys now that we're back with Skitter. Oh, not Skitter. I just saw Skitter and I was like, well, I guess he's not there. So Dimitri and Alarin. So the dwarf has come back to you guys and he's like, so what can you tell me about what you were doing when my brother, well, croaked?
When did your brother croak?
Minutes ago, you ninny.
Well, then I was here.
I mean, they tell me you'd left the car. Where were you, and what were you doing?
To the car back there.
Uh-huh.
The car
And
behind us.
why would you go into that car? It's been a mess for a week. We haven't had a proper cleaning crew come in.
Well, nobody told me.
Nobody told you. Did you at least see my brother? Like, you truly were the last people that I know saw him. 'Cause he always greets passengers. This train will not let passengers on unless someone is there to greet them.
Oh yes, he was very, very amicable. He let us right on at this door, and we came back here, made ourselves comfortable. I talked with Reginald and Gelato, and we were told of the terrible fight that had occurred not long ago between the different genies. So we wanted to just take a peek in there, see what was up with the carnage.
So with the told of when you mentioned that you were told about this, you noticed that the dwarf shoots Reginald a dirty look. Actually, I don't think you guys know the halfling's name, so you don't know his name is Reginald. The dwarf shoots the halfling a dirty look.
I think he introduced himself to us as
Did
Reginald.
he? Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay. So
he said a lot of things.
Yeah, he said a lot of things. I said a lot of things. I don't exactly remember everything.
Yeah.
So he shoots the halfling a dirty look, and Reginald just kind of gives him the finger. They may or may not know each other too. So you're saying you went into the car out of sheer idle curiosity that somebody had died in the car previously. What kind of gem salesman, lizard salesman duo are you? That's more than a little morbid.
Damn lizard salesman in town.
Uh-huh. Alright. I don't believe either of you. Just tell me who you are and what you're doing on this train, and this can go a lot smoother. Because we already have one mystery, and I don't need to.
It's starting to feel like old Dimitri bluff checks should just have a -5 at this point. For how these excuses are going.
What don't you believe? I don't know what to tell you.
Start to finish, whole thing. Only thing I know is you two know each other. And that's sketchy enough for me.
Why? Do you not believe in friendship?
This train generally doesn't stop for groups. Bit of a policy.
Why is that?
Well, the last time it stopped for a group, 2 groups in fact, they tried to kill each other in the back room. Can you take a guess?
Oh.
That's a very new policy.
Huh.
It is a very new policy, disembodied voice.
Well, I mean, what did they have to do with us? You know, we just wanted to go back there and see what the mess was about.
So, you're not affiliated with anybody. Don't believe you.
Affiliated with who? One of the rival groups?
I don't even know what the rival groups are.
I'm the engineer. I don't care for politics. I don't care for lies. Just tell it to me straight. Or I'm throwing you in the cargo room. And locking it. For the rest of the damn journey. Until the proper authorities can step in and investigate this freely. That's about a week. I hope you brought enough food.
That does not seem elite. I'm sorry.
I am the sole authority.
Paying passengers here.
He is going to zap you with his wrench.
Is it alright if I cast a spell?
Maybe?
It's gonna be suggestion.
Okay.
And
so he's busy zapping Grukmitri. So Grukmitri takes 3 electric damage. He doesn't appreciate backtalk. He's got a taser wrench. It hurts.
Ew.
Okay, so suggestion is you suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two that magically influences a creature that you see within range that can hear and understand you. Okay, it must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable.
Okay.
Right. So, I'm going to suggest that please, we're just trying to seek safe passage to the realm of fire. If there's anything that we can do to aid you in discovering the culprit, we will gladly lend our aid, but please do not throw us off or into the cargo hold. We really wish to help.
Okay. Does he get a Okay, I'm gonna need a couple of rolls. One,
The target must make a wisdom savings throw.
So he's gonna have to make a wisdom savings throw, and you're also gonna have to make a persuasion check.
Oh.
Alright.
Can I also boost my persuasion check with a little, please let this work, kind of?
Yeah.
Bardic
you can
die?
you can use Bardic Inspiration if you want to.
I'll use Bardic Inspiration on myself. And I believe because I'm a higher level, it's a die 8 rather than a die 6.
Okay, what's the save, by the way? DC?
The save? Ooh. I don't really know this DC for suggestion.
It's the same DC for all of your spells, Shell. I asked you to remember this formula.
I don't remember the formula. I'm so sorry.
Come on.
Your DC is on your character sheet if your character sheet's set up correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go to your spell book and it tells you what your DC is for every class.
The
So you just
spell
look-
book.
So you just look at Bard.
Save DC.
Probably like 13-ish.
It's alternating between 13, 15, 13, 15, 13, 15.
Look at the one that says Bard.
You really need to remember this.
I'm sorry.
So, if you notice it says Bard up at top, it's 15.
15.
Okay. So he goes kind of rigid, and I mean, you more or less just Jedi mind tricked him with a lot more words. But so he goes rigid. He does not have much of a will save bonus.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the persuasion, and then I
Oh,
have
jeez.
the extra plus. What was it? The dice 8.
Okay. So he goes rigid, and that persuasion on top of it all is more than enough to make him kind of calm down and rethink his priorities. And also, how long does suggestion last? Like
Up to 8 hours.
Okay, and is it like Charm Person where he realizes you charmed him after the fact, or?
Well, no. So it's a concentration. So unfortunately, I might be locked down for a while. Is it? I can't cast any other spells, or I can't cast any other concentration.
You can't cast
spells?
any other concentration spells, and if you get hit and take damage, the spell you'll have to roll to keep it going.
Or just
Okay.
anything that's disruptive, like falling over.
Yeah, falling over, hitting your face, going to bed.
Asking the creature to stab itself, throw itself onto a spear.
Yeah, you're not asking him to do anything dangerous. No,
That harmful act will end the spell. It pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability. It doesn't really say. It doesn't say that he knows that he's been charmed afterwards. It's just he's supposed to.
Okay, so the suggestion will wear off if you break concentration or 8 hours go up. But he is not aware that he has been charmed in any way, shape, or form, and that persuasion is more than enough to kind of supersede it if it does go down, probably. Unless you guys mess up and make him rethink things.
It makes me wonder if I just
That would
asked.
never happen.
It just makes me wonder if I'd asked him to throw himself and everyone else off the train. If we could have just taken it then and there.
That would be harmful. He is smart enough
Yes.
to know that they would probably have some
and
serious
that might
trouble.
affect your character alignment at some
Oh.
point.
Also that.
I didn't mean by really throw. I meant like disembark. But no, we need to make sure that they get off safely. So that
Because,
would
yeah,
be
you're
good.
about 30 feet off, and you're going at maybe 100 miles an hour.
I really didn't.
This
mean
train is
throw.
going real fast.
What was the spell again?
Suggestion.
Okay. So, he looks at you kind of blank-eyed for a little while, and then he blinks and is like, well, I guess in that case, if you're really telling the truth, well, I guess come with me then. I could use a second pair of eyes, or 2 extra pairs of eyes.
And
He is going to go into the other room. He's not even waiting for you.
Oh, okay.
and
He is.
what do you say?
Me?
Yes.
What?
What do you say for zapping me?
Oh, you deserved it. And he keeps going.
As they should all say.
So he almost
Hang on,
immediately.
Hang on.
Well, let's see. Nope, he doesn't notice the footprints.
What?
You rolled a 2.
Hang on. I'm going to do 2 perception checks then. One to see if I notice footprints.
I might as well. Ah!
Nope. Yes. So, Dimitri, you notice the little Drezzy footprints. Everybody else does not. They're fairly faint,
So
considering
here's the next question.
he's got
Do
teeny
I
feet.
notice if the dwarf noticed the footprints?
You notice he just steps right on top of them.
I'm I'm going to very surreptitiously just walk around and like smush the soot to try and
All right.
with my foot.
So he, here, I'm gonna move
feels
both
like
of you.
something's
Get,
way
no,
more
get away from them
noticeable
so I
than
can
the
delete
actual
them.
footprints.
Okay,
Okay.
so you've managed to hide them, and between the three of you entering this room, they're gone and or completely obscured. You lucky ducks. The DC on
I
that, actually,
telepathically-
Alarin, you had noticed them too. The DC on that was literally 4, and he
Oh.
rolled a 2, and he has a
I
plus 1.
I telepathically talk to Drez. Drez! Drez!
Again,
What the hell, man? Footprints?
it's dirty.
Next time I send you on sneaking mission, you need to wear shoes.
Well,
How
they are
does
shoes. They're
that-
tiny little Air Jordan shoe prints.
You need to wear better shoes.
How does shoes
forgot.
not track anything? What?
We'll talk later, but I'm very mad at you.
You seem to be suggesting that I float.
What? You're druid, you could probably do it.
You wanna try?
No?
Can you even fit through doors?
It's a tight fit. This is a big train. You kind of you know that like you know that like cartoon.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of the cartoon, but like when you have like a really big person trying to squish through the door, they kind of like hunker down and then like slowly just like squish through. That's more or less what it looks like whenever you go through a door on this train.
Oh god.
Um,
The brother probably died trying to transport something called the black box. Beyond
you
that,
communicate with
this-
that with me?
what- yeah,
Okay.
there's no one else I could tell it to.
Sure, yeah. I don't even see you anymore. Oh, there you are. Okay.
I'm sneaky, and that there is a wall between us.
All right.
Maximum sneak.
So you're brought into the room, and I will gasp. Oh my! I'm so sorry. This is horrible.
What is this? Soot?
I-
reach down and run
I
fingers
don't
through
know.
it.
I'm an engineer. I don't specialize in crime scene investigations or brother deaths.
You're a
This is my
train
first.
engineer, and you've never seen soot before.
This is
Now everyone has shitty backstories.
well, you clearly have never been on this kind of train before. This is about as clean as you can get. Pure magical energy. Not a single use of coal or gross oils or anything like that.
So,
In the elemental plane of water, there's so much carnage, and sometimes we don't even know how our people come to fall to the Leviathans. We often have to use DSI investigation. That's deep sea investigation. So maybe I can
God.
give use.
You
I
people
give that-
are
I
terrible.
give that joke a deep C.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry.
Rethinking
when did
this
you
relationship
think
a
of
bit.
that one?
She's been holding that one in. The moment we started this, I can tell.
No.
The smoothness of that, you've been holding on to that for a while.
No. I just thought of that when you guys were mentioning crime scenes.
Wow.
That's why we go to conventions for it too. I'm kidding. I wouldn't say that. I don't even know if there are CSI conventions.
You lose an inspiration point if you had one for that terrible joke.
Hey. Well, I have 6 more, so. Or yeah, I think so.
So what was your name anyway?
I'm Brungren Ironhammer. I was the engineer for this train with my brother, Alduin Ironhammer, and he was the conductor, I was the engineer, he dealt with people, and I didn't have to. It was great.
Yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from.
Do you know if anyone
so
would
what
have
was he
a
doing? So we were the last people to see him, yes?
Yes,
You have
I
no idea
believe
what he
so.
was
I
doing
mean,
between
this is
the time we met
someone's
him?
this is someone's room, or it might be. I don't know. I'd have to check the manifest.
Why
but,
don't we start with that?
Well, let's not. I'll do that on my own. I can't take you there. But I know that there are let me count how many people there are supposed to be on this train, because he knows how many people there are. He doesn't know how many of what. So there are.
Well, these rooms are rented out to the people who stay overnight, correct? But not
Oh
all.
no, he would only know how many people have like registered with the train, passenger wise. So 7. There are 7 people on this train, not counting me and Ormond. Have you seen Ormond, by the way?
Ormond.
Who is Ormond?
The guard. The, Prince, Oh, shoot, what's the prince's name that owns this train? I don't think I actually said it until now. Bayezid. Prince Bayezid, after last week's, kerfuffle, he hired some muscle, or I guess sent us some muscle from his personal squad to make sure this ride would go smoothly, and, I haven't seen him in quite some time.
Now, does Dimitri know about this from Drez, or did Drez tell Dimitri?
Therese has not told me yet. No.
Okay. Oh, no.
Therese told me about the black box, but that's it. I don't know about the, Do I even know that there's a genie in the other room?
No.
He didn't describe the genie when he told us
No,
about
I
the
told
other
everyone
room?
about
see
the
it.
genie last time.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. You know that there's a genie in a room, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
'cause
by any-
I said there was spaghetti dwarf, and then there was some sort of genie in the next room.
Yeah,
And we were
that seems
explaining
believable.
the onslaught through the window.
By
and-
any chance, is this Ormond, gentleman, are they a genie?
Of course. Bayezid only hires like the most loyal of guards, and he's a bit on the discriminatory side, so he only hires genie, sword masters, and weapon masters of sorts. He doesn't trust much for mages. They get into too much, you know?
It's
I
odd
think I
that you
may
haven't
know where
been able
this
to find
person
him.
is.
Okay, sure. I mean, I'm not gonna learn much else from this. So, yeah,
yeah.
let's... He is going
What
to
was the course of action
leave.
again that Alarin suggested?
I'm just... that we would help him with the investigation, that he would, that we were supposed to be taking safe passage to the Realm of Fire, and that if we can help discover, like, what happened with his brother, we would lend our aid.
So,
That's pretty
as you're coming out, you notice that Lorian Morn, the armored person from earlier, has actually kind of snuck up and goes into the room. Only Alara notices this. She's not exactly trying to sneak, she's just very quiet.
Aw.
Hmm.
And do
the
I
issue
notice
there is the way the suggestion works is that if you stop and if you cease the investigation, then the spell will wear off.
Yes.
Right, so we have to keep investigating.
Yes, we must solve the mystery.
Okay.
Or get zapped.
Yep.
For 3 damage.
But by solving the investigation, we'd prove our own innocence. So...
Exactamundo.
You gave Wander a do the story cattle prod.
Worked?
I gestured towards Genie.
Yeah, I guess the door is still open, because Drez never closed it, and he's like, how'd we not notice this coming through? I don't know. Anyway, he walks in and he's like, Jesus! Well, no, I guess he probably wouldn't say Jesus. That's not a... that's not a religious...
By Durin's
divine's
beard!
name.
By my goddamn wrench! Ormond, what happened to you?
By Gimli's kill count.
Oh my god. He looks
He looks bad.
dead. Wait, let me see.
Nah, he's not dead. The moment a genie dies, their vapor trail goes away. He's not dead. It doesn't look like he's... Oh, Jesus, yeah. So you know a couple of things. One, you know everything that Drez had learned earlier, that he got hit by something sharp, but like kind of... Not like sword sharp, but like, you know, claw or teeth or something like that.
And you've also managed to identify his venereal disease.
Yes. So you know he has a rare genie disease called vapor rot. It makes his vapor trail smell kind of like farts. Always.
By naming
What
it
do I
seems
learn
a
that's
terrible sign
useful?
compared to like mummy rot.
So apart from the fact that you kind of recognize his wounds were by something large and kind of sharp, jagged, and generally larger than him, you also know that he has been healed recently, like very recently.
It looks like he's been badly hurt, but I think he might be okay.
Yeah, He looks terrible, though.
He's surrounded by the
Yes.
same soot. Do you think?
Do you have first aid station on your terrain?
No, that was Alduin's doing. He was a druid. He liked to dabble in a lot of things, and he couldn't heal like the best clerics. You know, back in Dwarfheim. Sure, fuck it, why not? But he could patch up a wound, make you approximately good as new. At least not gonna die. But this, this does look like his handiwork, actually.
I looked down at the genie, and it looked like he was stabbed by something sharp.
No, it looks like he's been mauled by something big.
A beast.
Oh,
So there's
can
like
I
cuts across his
identify-
chest and his arms and
Do they look more like stabbing or slashing or crushing?
slashing, crushing. So Drez's healing was not enough to fix his broken limbs and stuff like that. So like his arms that are at odd angles. Obviously, drawing this would have been a pain in the ass. But he has been broken in many places.
Okay, I'll heal him up a little bit further. This isn't a concentration spell, so I should be able to
Yep.
do it, right? Okay, so cure wounds.
Okay.
Aw, really? A 2
so
plus a 3?
he looks a little bit better. He is definitely not as like ragged, but it does look like he is still very wounded.
Is he unconscious though? Still?
He is out cold.
Oh.
Who's allowed to carry weapons on this terrain?
Well, everyone. We've got quite the security system, so I'm generally not terribly worried about people misbehaving.
What's
There's so many bodies.
I guess the first thing we should do, I turned to Alarin. Maybe we should get everyone together and look at what sort of armaments everyone has on them.
That is possible. But when we were back there with them, no one had left, had they?
No, I guess we can rule out the 3 people that were in the cart at the same time we were in there. But, maybe when we were inspecting the room, they,
One of them had
how many
slipped
people
out?
did you say were on this terrain again?
7. You two. Or is it 6? No, I guess it would be 6. Sorry. I don't think Drez was counted, seeing as
No.
I don't think Elduin even saw Drez, and I don't think pet lizards are counted. So it'd be 6. You two, the 3 back there, and
So,
we're missing one.
no, the bodyguard counts as a passenger,
No,
right?
no, he's an employee. They're not on the list.
Who haven't we met yet?
I don't know. I'm the engineer. I stay in the engine. I make sure everything runs ship-shape and, mess with my toys.
So it is possible there are others on the train.
Yes, his, eyebrows, you can actually see his eyes now. His eyebrows have finally, lifted themselves away from his, beaded little eyes, and he is kind of worried.
Well, Alarin, do you want to go with me to look in the other rooms?
Sure. I mean,
Okay.
hopefully he's stabilized enough. Will he be able to recover, or will we have to use the healing potion on him? He's the only one that may know what mauled him. And possibly killed Anduin.
How do we even get them? Will our healing potions even work? I've never met these people. I don't know how to bring somebody back from unconsciousness very well. I know how to become unconscious very well. I'm really quite good at that. But,
So
the coming back is difficult.
So, Gruck Smashgood, who's been quiet this entire time, kind of just, like, reminds you that he got smashed good earlier and it put him out more or less in the same manner.
Oh. But, Gruck is dead, basically.
Well, Gruck's
No,
inside
so
still.
you have effectively possessed a comatose ogre. And so he's kind of there, but he's kind of also not.
Even Vivi wasn't able to, bring Gruck back.
Yeah. I mean, there's
this
like some...
guy is down.
There is some subconscious Gruck in there, but yeah.
I like to think that I've been saying all this out loud, by the way, while thinking about Gruck. So, Gruck is... he's person that don't worry about it. Bye.
So you almost immediately bump into Lorian Moore. She is very large. She's not ogre large, but she is very large in the armor. And, so she doesn't say much. She actually kind of, like, squeezes past you. It's really awkward and not altogether comfortable. And, roll perception checks.
Okay.
Okay, so you can't, so you can hear her just very, very quietly, whisper to Brungren, there's a demon on board. And then she walks away.
Was
I
Skidder let
didn't
on with,
hear
a,
it,
with
right?
a ticket?
All of you guys were under the singular umbrella ticket. But
I mean, was Skidder counted?
you don't know. But also, Skidder's been hiding since before you guys got on the train, so it's very unlikely.
Now, Morn, she's a paladin, is she not?
Yeah, and a quiet one, too. She's been here since, let me think. Elemental Plana Air, I believe? She didn't step in during the ruckus, but I can't blame her. But she's been looking for something.
Well, I believe I had heard this from Gelato. She specifically hunts demons, correct?
Yes.
And she thinks this is the work of a demon?
I'd suppose so. I don't know. I haven't exactly, read the manual on whether or not we're allowed to bring those things on board, but I can't imagine my brother was dumb enough to do so.
I mean,
Well,
this is a train. It carries a lot of cargo. Is it possible that someone could bring an object on and it's so securely
We haven't. Well, I mean, it would have to be either in here, the luggage room, or in the cargo car.
Did your
But
brother mention anything about the black box?
well, where did you? How do you know about that?
Ah.
He is
Well,
like
I-
actually. It is Zappy time again.
I
He is actually menacing you, and you notice the thing was on a very low setting earlier.
Oh gosh, you really did it this time. You see, I've been thinking about this several times over. Bird has actually revealed things that he shouldn't have. Like, Drez could have been invisible this whole time, but he's like, oh yeah, I'm a lizard salesman. And now he's like, oh yeah, I know where the genie is. Like, we could have been put under suspicion again because you knew where he was. And now there's this. Oh no.
Where did you hear about the black box?
I have my sources.
That's not
Look,
good
I'm here
enough.
to help you on your investigation.
Only 4 people know about the black box. Me,
Well, I guess it's 5.
Alduin, Bert,
3
shit, the
people.
prince, Bayezid, and his clients. And now there are 5. You're not just walking out away from this one. Where'd you hear about the black box?
I sent ahead a little friend of mine to try and scout ahead of us as to what's good to, just to give us more information.
A little
And they found one
friend.
of your-
What? One of your lizards?
Yes, actually.
Prove it.
All right. I command Drez to like come running into the room.
Oh, god damn it.
So, Drez, we're gonna roll back time for a second. What have you been up to this entire time? You have a little while before you get, leashed in again.
Well, I've probably reread the diary.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's spend that time going forward. See
Okay.
if the door opens.
Okay, so the door does not open. This one is locked. Heavily.
Welp. Reminding myself
Here,
of my
let me-
spells. They're not helpful. Okay.
Let me kind of reveal what you can kind of see. Unfortunately, I
God.
don't have like a
I
rooftop on
forgot
this one.
that Oh, I have some tricks I forgot I had.
Okay. I guess
None of them are going to come up very much right now.
I will slowly start revealing this one, so we don't have just like the weird black void.
Yeah. I kind of walked I kind of just walked into blackness when I crossed over.
Yeah.
There's not tons of ideas. Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of lack ideas of where to go.
Yep, you still have Spider Climb running. It has only been like a couple of minutes, and didn't that last like an hour?
Spider climb lasts an hour, but wasn't that before I was a dragon?
No, you cast Spider Climb so you could go along the outside of the windows. Or were you
Oh,
just climbing
wow.
lizards? Yeah, you did.
I don't. That was last session, so I've actually forgotten whether or not I used spider climb.
Try
or
and keep
something.
track of that, because it may be a week between sessions, but it's only a couple of minutes between actual events. So you've got, let's say you've got about half an hour left. Maybe 20 minutes?
Well, let's find out if this thing has windows or not.
Okay. It does not. In fact, if the initial part of the car was not any indication, this car is ironclad or some other type of metal. It is very reinforced, like something is stored inside of it.
Hmm.
You can see one more car up ahead, though. Well, not car, it's the engine.
Let's see what we can find, because I have very few tricks available right now.
Okay. So let me drig you up. Oh, I guess you can control yourself in the darkness. I was worried that you had disappeared. Okay,
No, I hadn't
so
unselected them.
unlike last time, there are windows that you can see. And you can hear
Jesus.
a very distinctive, like, arcane hum from in front of you.
My fun problem right now is I'm down to, I think, 2 spell casts. Let's see what we can see from the top. 'Cause it seems like
Okay.
it seems like a glass top.
No, that's the side window. It's got like a curved arc.
Oh, there's no
top.
ceiling on it right now.
Yeah. I didn't make specialized ceilings for each car, just the ones where I'd like be moving them. I guess I could do that, but no, it's not a glass ceiling. So are you going on the ceiling or the side?
I'm going along the side.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna reveal the front of the train engine because that's not like super hidden. So you see, there are curtains, but they're kind of partially drawn back. But you see super small, modest quarters. So you can't immediately tell who they belong to, but it looks like it's a fairly neat and tidy little like bedroom kind of thing. There's a bed, there's a desk, there's some flowers being grown in there, and there's like some robes laid out on the bed and a staff across it and a couple other things.
Let's keep going down the line.
Okay, so the next one, very similar, though kind of a mirror to the other one. This is a much messier room. Mirrors the other one kind of in both messiness and, I guess, layout. And this one is just covered in mechanical nonsense and, like, staves and rings and bits and bobs. It looks like whomever is in this room, or, you know, resides in this room normally, is somebody that likes to make magical items incessantly.
Continuing forward.
Okay. It's a weirdly empty room. Just maybe like once upon a time when this was a normal train, if it was ever a normal train, this would have been where the you know, coal furnaces were. I guess you don't know about coal furnaces, but it's a strangely
Popular form of transportation in the swamp.
yeah. It's a strangely, I guess, almost clinically clean room. It actually doesn't look like anybody's been in here in quite some time. There's some dust apart from everything, but, you know, there's no clutter, there's no boxes, there's nothing.
Chances are I would think that these would be the two living quarters of the two brothers, but I found a journal in a completely different room. Was the journal his journal? I forget.
No, Wentworth. That's a name you do not recognize.
Wentworth.
Right. Is a completely different character's journal. That makes it really likely. That makes it a very real possibility that Wentworth's a suspect.
Okay, and at about this point, you hear from Dimitri, "Come back and bring me the proof."
Fuck my agency.
So, as your agency swirls down the sandy drain, you enter into the room. Journal probably in your mouth because you've been climbing on the outside of things, unless you left it somewhere. And you see,
I reach down and
you
grab
see,
the journal.
no, you can't reach anywhere. That wrench is right up in your throat. So you see Gruck Mitri pinned against the wall of a train by a giant electrified wrench, and Brungren is going to motion towards you with his free hand, motion towards you, Alarin, to grab the journal and read it out loud.
Okay. Thank you for fetching this, Drez. Here, why don't you hand that over? I am putting on, like, a little pet voice. Sorry. Did he actually hand it over, or is he gone?
I mean,
I have
Drez?
dropped it in an abandoned ship.
alright.
Aw.
That is, not a disciplined lizard, is it?
Oh, no. And he hasn't even been potty trained either.
That is disgusting. You, seeing as my brother isn't around to clean up your messes, you, and he, like, adds a little bit of extra zappy, are going to make sure that there isn't a single lizard dropping on this entire train when we, arrive at the next station. Capiche?
I think that lizard droppings are the least of your worries.
I keep a very clean train.
That's, hard to believe given the circumstances.
I try to keep a very clean train.
That's fair. We all try to do our best.
Okay.
So
Now Dimitri's paying for Alarin's lies too.
So you guys flip through the journal and you learn pretty much everything. That there is somebody named Hector that was in... Not Hector, god damn it. Wentworth. Sorry. I was thinking of the lich that Drez had killed. Wentworth was apparently residing in that room at some point, knew of,
The black box?
yeah.
Wentworth. That's not a name I've heard before. I don't believe he's one of the passengers we met out back.
That's the client. He's on the train? Or at least that's Bayezid's client, or the buyer. I wasn't aware he was on the train. I would have greeted him. Maybe. I don't know.
And it's rather suspicious that your brother fell in his room.
Aye, that is suspicious.
Do you think he was betrayed? The deal went sour?
I mean, that would take some serious doing, but I mean, if that were the case, then the train security system should have preemptively stepped in. It's supposed to protect the train and its operators.
Now, who would have the authority to take that down? Is it possible that your brother could have been forced?
No. It's automatic. We don't have control. If I were to attack my brother, I would immediately be, well, crushed. You saw the car.
Crushed? Oh, wait, so the
Aye,
fighters?
what, you thought they killed themselves? No, nay.
Oh,
That was...
I thought they killed themselves. Huh.
No, that was our state-of-the-art security system.
When you say crushed, what do you mean by crushed?
I have only ever seen it once, and it is truly horrific. Thousands of... well, I don't know. Just thousands of blows from nowhere, it seems. And pulp. Instant.
Now, there were scorch marks on the walls too. But they're not like this.
It's meant to deal with a couple of intruders at a time. They had a little bit of time to attempt to fight back before they met their demise.
So, how could this thing have taken out a guard and your brother without being detected?
That is what I'd like to know.
And this Wentworth character. Now, where would this black box be situated? Is it in the vault?
I can't tell you that.
Yes, I understand. But the most secure place would probably be the vault. Hope it hasn't been breached.
Should we know about the vault?
It's unbreachable, especially now with my brother dead. We're two halves of a key, and well, with him gone, that vault is truly impregnable. Well, unless Bayezid himself walks it onto this train and opens it for us.
That's interesting then, because whatever killed your brother must have not been after the contents of the vault.
Aye, and that has me most worried. Because if we can't get that delivered, I'm just about as dead as he is.
Really?
Bayezid does not tolerate much for failures. Ever.
There's no other way to open the vault?
Nope.
This situation has never happened before. Nobody's ever died.
No one was stupid enough to kill half of the key. And, I mean, they've tried, but... well, I'm no greenhorn when it comes to a good fight.
Well, I do believe that while we're staying here, we're not going to be able to make much more progress.
I'm just
Do you mind
investigating the wounds a little
opening
bit
some
more.
of the doors ahead of us?
Sure. Why not? Just don't steal anything while you're there. I'm watching you.
So, looking at the wounds, do I see somewhat what they're caused by? Just jagged... Are they claw marks?
Maybe? It looks like something very sharp, jagged, and in multiple sets that you can't really get, like, a accurate count with your knowledge. It was, kind of ripped through the guy.
So, a demon... I mean... Lorne is it Morn or is it Lorne?
Lorian Morn.
Lorian Morn. Okay. Morn said that this could be the work
Yeah.
of a demon.
Morn has gone back to the previous car. Though, yeah, you don't see her anymore.
I mean, a demon could fit the bill. It would have no knowledge of your brother's importance.
But, so, this demon is warded. It would have had to been brought on by someone or something.
Or it could have been part of the cargo.
He is going to, he's going to kind of push you along with the zappy stick. He doesn't trust you, Grek Mitri. And he is going to, he zaps the door and it pops open. And then he pushes you inside.
Is Dress still standing out there, or is he sunbathing?
Yeah, Drez, you might as well tell me what you're up to, seeing as you're kind of
Are you gonna watch us go through the door?
relishing your agency.
There are no places to go. It's like I'm like a snake on a train. It's really
Okay.
weird. I don't really know where I could go, honestly. I've just kind of been enjoying not being near lightning rod weapons.
What is held in this compartment?
Well, I mean, I don't really know. Most of them are specifically Bayezid's products. We don't open them, we just transport them.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna see if there. Oh no, that's bad.
Okay,
Oh,
so,
no.
Lauren, you kind of pop open the top of a crate and climb inside.
Oh,
It's
no.
very
What?
cozy. Dimitri, you have
How?
What?
Oh my god.
you have managed to squeeze into the same crate. You guys are both like jammed in here, and it is incredibly cozy. And you have one hella confused dwarf staring at both of you.
I
No,
was failing
no,
perception.
you are both in there. That investigation led you to places
No.
very, very comfortable and if a bit stinky.
But there's nothing in here.
There is cotton fluff and what looks to be it's a sword actually at the very bottom. It's wrapped up so you don't have to worry about it, but the entire box is dedicated to one sword. What?
I do not
This
believe
is-
the demon originated from this box. It is quite fluffy.
So
This
for
is,
people,
this is
for
for
people-
additional deep sea investigation. You wouldn't understand, dwarf.
so for people listening to this, they both rolled ones. And so something stupid as shit happened. His confidence in you has dropped considerably.
Aww.
Uh-huh. Deep sea investigations. I haven't seen the sea in about a week now, and I don't think it's in there. You should probably not do that again ever. Just
Duly noted. It was as awkward for you as it was for me.
you look back at the crate, kind of longingly, wish you could return to its comfortable depths.
For goodness sake.
Hey, you guys did it.
How does... I mean, I can understand me failing an investigation check means I accidentally fall into the crate I'm looking in. But him...
I'm going with
percepting?
circus crit fails.
He thought that you fell into a trap and he was there to retrieve you.
Uh-huh. I mean, okay.
It's not the dumbest thing that Bird's character has done.
I saw her like falling, and then I thought I would catch her, and then we did that anime thing.
You thought
Great.
you thought Box was Audrey too.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Except that Ellerin was awkward dude, and I was like tsundere, and
I would have been crushed.
yeah, yes. Anyway, so
He does smash good.
well, I guess I would normally do a perception to look around here, but we all saw how well that went, so...
Yeah,
Maybe we'll try again some other time
that
when
was-
my eyes are less, trippy.
I mean, anytime you try and look around, your eyes just gravitate back towards that box. It is alluring and inviting,
Alright.
and
I guess I'll,
you know
about-
what you're taking when you finally have the whole train to yourself. Drez, you don't find shit either. In fact, you don't really find much of anything in this entire train. It is just boxes. They are somber and well secured.
Bomber.
Well, I mean, it's a weirdly quiet train car. Like, there's actually there's nothing. Like, all of the sounds, all of the, like, motions from outside the train, because there was, like, a slight sway and whatnot, are completely dampened within this room.
So, what is the next card?
Well, that's the engine. Here, let me... So he pops the door open, and you can see, kind of the engine, because the train is curving slightly, and it is... I mean, you can see it.
I'm having a minor heart attack at the idea of Gruck being near an engine.
You roll your natural ones, and you're going straight in. Well,
Time for a
Then
new body.
then Dimitri gets to possess the train.
Oh no.
Oh, yes!
Oh gosh.
Dimitri the tank engine.
Wouldn't it be like Zelda's Spirit Tracks? Was she a train at one
Yeah,
point?
she was a train.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my. Wait, Zelda was the train?
Yeah, Zelda was the train in Spirit Tracks.
I did not know this.
What's this isn't only the engine, what else is here?
I mean, stop metagaming, but, that my room's in there, and that is a no-go
I was able
zone.
to see the engine. You told me it was curving.
Well, you can see, like, a bit of the engine. It's not like it's turning at a right angle, so you can see in through the windows.
Alright.
You can just see kind of the distant curve of the front of the car.
Okay, then never mind. I don't ask question.
Okay.
Either way, I am not taking you in there. There is some sensitive material that I have not put away.
I haven't used this in a while, but can
Okay.
I do detect magic on
Sure.
these boxes?
Okay. So, can you read the exact effects of read magic for everybody, seeing as we don't pull it up that often?
Wait, on what magic?
Detect magic. Read the spell description, Shell.
Oh, did I put my card away? Is it alright if I grab my spell card?
Sure.
I thought I had it with my spell cards, but they're not there.
Shell, you are the worst Boy Scout ever.
Concentration up to 10 minutes. For a duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you
Okay.
sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around the visible
So it is a
creature or object.
concentration spell, Shell.
Oh, it's a concentration?
Yes.
But I don't want to do it.
Okay, then you are not detecting magic.
Oh.
Also, it is blocked
should-
by 1 foot of stone or 1 inch of metal.
I don't know why I didn't have
You
Or
should
any
have
thin sheet
your
of lead.
cards out, though, because you might need it.
Yep.
So if you use detect magic on this train, you can't use it. Won't see through any of the cars.
Cards, but I didn't. Maybe I put it back when I'd been switching things.
At least, if you're going to be flipping through your cards, sit in your chair, because nobody can hear you back there. Okay,
Sorry, I didn't have it on me,
so
so I didn't know it was a concentration
So,
spell. I would not want to.
Alarin starts making like some weird arcane hand gestures at the box, but it maybe she's just longing for it too. Grok, Drez, what are you guys up to?
I'm scared to do anything. In presence of bucks.
Oh, either way, I'm not seeing a demon in here or anything that would be terribly demonic. You'd think if something that made that kind of mess had gotten out, it would have made a similar mess in here. These boxes are pristine.
Perhaps.
Where would such a creature have fled to?
I don't know. I didn't see anything. And you guys know this too. The markings were contained to those 2 rooms, and that was about it.
Maybe we should ask Morn about this. If she's an expert on demons, she would surely know what kind of guises or abilities that they have. Is it at all possible that it could have possessed... No, it wouldn't have possessed the genie, would it?
Well, I have no idea. I'd assume they'd be sneaky enough to avoid something that simple. Also, why would you possess an unconscious creature?
True. I'm not really familiar if, like, they need tangible forms.
I'm not an expert in demons.
Which is why we're going to ask Morn.
Okay.
This seems to be her area of expertise.
He is still very much under your suggestion.
Okay, good. I'm glad I did not mess it up by trying to use detect magic. It's a good thing that these cards have the little C's on them.
Okay, so you get back into the car, and
except for when I lose
Lorian
them.
Morn is not there, actually.
Oh.
I haven't, I can't control these things, but she is not actually in the room. And you notice Gelato is kind of hanging back towards the door. Reginald is passed out in his chair.
Okay, Reginald?
What? Yeah, yes. Hi. How's it going?
So we were trying to find Morn, the fully armored woman.
Ah, yes, her. Well, I'd say the last I saw of her, she had gone back to the one of the rear cars. Maybe she was hungry. She might have gone back to the dining car. I have no idea.
There's a dining car?
Yes, there's a dining car. And Brungren is
good?
like, of course there's a dining car. What kind of train doesn't have a dining car?
Oh, but it's past the...
It's in the back of the train. It's got the best view.
I see. So people would have had to have walked through the catastrophe in the next car in order to...
We closed it down, sort of. At least we were bringing the meals out, but I guess seeing as my brother is, well, dead, I guess if she got peckish, she would have to go back there.
Oh, speaking of, how is the train conducting itself?
It's automatic. It's all pre-programmed. The train will go from destination to destination with pre-programmed stops. It's all Bayezid's will. He tells it where to go, when to go, and except for the occasional special circumstances, he is it just goes. It's truly a feat of artifice.
Oh, okay. I hope it's reliable. I hope that
It
something...
has never once run late. Ever.
Hi, Gelato.
Hi?
Looks like you're
Is
finally up and about.
everything okay? Well, I have to get up occasionally, but I try not to, because it sounds like something bad happened in front of us, and something bad happened to us behind.
Does she seem suspicious?
She is terrified out of her mind.
Oh, okay. That's a good sign.
You
Not like completely.
You notice that there is like frozen sweat up and down her everything. She has been sweating and then freezing, and she looks kind of... when like you've left ice cream in a fridge for too long and it gets that like kind of frozen like water? Yeah, so she's got like a kind of a fluffy frost on her. And she looks quite concerned.
I'm going to give her one of my vials of holy water.
Oh, thanks. What's this for?
Just in case you see any demons.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Holy water should help against demons, right?
Yes. Yeah, holy water does double damage against them.
Okay.
Thanks. I guess you notice it's frozen solid in her hands. It's okay. It should work, I hope. I really hope.
How do you not use the violence?
No, I make ice cream. I make ice cream for a living. I barely go outside of my kitchen. My Ben and
It is
Geratorium.
okay. I will tell you the same thing I told somebody who was very, very important to me. You will be okay.
I hope so. I mean, I just want to go back to making ice cream.
Well, we hope to get this figured out so that we'll be able to continue our journey. We just don't want to see anyone else get hurt.
Okay.
Plot twist, she makes ice cream out of people's souls.
She's the demon all along.
Well then, Were you gonna say something else?
No, just waiting on you guys.
All right, I suppose we should follow.
So you hear, a moment later, Brungrin yell, "What the hell is this?"
Huh?
And you walk into the next train car, and it's not the train car.
What is it
What?
instead?
It is, actually, so there's a couple of things. One, Skitter's there, actually. He's standing around. Yeah, Skitter does exist. And he's not hiding. And so for starters, you're not in the train car anymore when you go through the door.
What is it instead?
I mean, it's a shop. It's a really fancy looking store. And you seem to be, just there all of a sudden, somehow. And it's really fancy. Like, it looks like somebody went to town on designing this place. Which is all quite impressive, and let me find the appropriate character icon. There he is. So, obviously, I don't have bells and whistles for this, but so we have, like, a nice little, like, thing. There's shelves all over the place. And, like, you know, a couple of kiosk-looking things with swords and more shelves, and it's pretty glittery, and it looks like somebody maybe is very, very wealthy now for some reason. It's Merrick, the Tabaxi shopkeeper.
Merrick?
Hi guys. I've been waiting for you for a while. Honestly, I'm surprised it's taken this long for us to see each other again. I've been trying to make this connection for ages.
When people can straight up warp dimensions.
By the 8 seas of Alrenor, Merrick, what are you doing here?
I'm conveniently in your way to sell you things, and mainly because I owe you quite a lot of money, I think. Yes. I owe you.
Yes,
I owe
yes,
you
you'll
plenty.
do.
So,
I remember that.
so you look around the shop and you actually notice there's a lost and found box.
Oh.
So well, you know how you gave me that basket of cheese and I gave you a magical item? Turns out, there's a bit of a shortage on milk products. Cheese especially for, you know, the past couple months. I'm not really sure what that's about, but, that basket of cheese sold for, woohoo, quite a pretty penny. So I owe you guys, more than a little. Obviously, that just means you get a bit of a discount and, you know, maybe a nice little service.
Oh, well, thank you. But
I turned to look at the dwarf.
He is flabbergasted and confused, and you notice he's, like, going in and out the door, like, looking up. And he's, like, very confused.
I am just as confused as you are, my friend.
So,
This is gonna do wonders for those bluff checks.
I should probably tell you, how this works. So, he hands, you, Lauren, some chalk.
okay.
So, this shop is, well, it's not here, obviously. That would be, oh boy, that would take some serious wizardry, and I only have, you know, semi-serious wizardry. So, this is a piece of chalk. If you put it around a doorway, you can connect here at any time. And, you can buy my wares whenever you feel like it.
Beetlejuice!
Convenience.
Giving me the chalk?
Well, I mean, it's like those sending stones there. Here's my shop, sending stone A, and there's the chalk. So you draw it around the door, and it makes the connection. And bada bing, bada boom. Profit for me, not you. Items for you. And he, like, has his hands up, and he's, like, shaking them around.
And you have to use an existing doorway.
Yes. Well, A hole would work, though that would be awkward. You'd probably just land on the floor. Try not to. I have nice vaulted ceilings, he, like, points, and it looks kind of fancy. You can see, he may or may not be kind of in the astral plane. It looks kind of similar to where Vivi is.
I'm starting to, like, think of all the people and things I could send him.
That's exactly what I thought of. Of like, oh man, if we ever need to escape.
So
into that thought.
I said I had some services for you. So obviously I'm well, it's not good business to just hand out money to people that have already well, relinquished their goods, but I figured I'd at least do you a couple of favors. So that box over there, he points at the lost and found. That I think that's your stuff. If you
I looked through lost and found.
It is your stuff. Most of it anyway. There's a couple of missing things. Like the really spiky armor is not there for some reason.
Well,
he's like,
Gorlar put it on.
Yeah, Gorlar put that on. He's like, yeah, I couldn't get it back from the angry-looking orc, but I got the rest of the stuff. I mean, that wasn't so hard. They just tossed it in a box and said, meh.
They?
Well, I mean, I mostly do my business just teleporting around, sneaking in, grabbing stuff, and running out of the way. I don't ask questions. That's your guys' job. It's my job to get stuff and sell it to you.
What we need to do now is confront Gorlar again and just draw a chalk circle around him.
Then erase it.
By the way, if you send me anything undesirable, I will blacklist you completely.
Okay, keep that in mind.
So no dragons.
Oh.
That's racist.
A little lizard's okay?
Sure, why not? I don't really care about little lizards. I mean, technically, if you can find a friendly dragon that fits in my shop somehow, that's probably okay too, but I'd still prefer not to, because, well, bull in a china shop, you know?
Obviously, I wouldn't know about
maybe
this,
a
but I'm just
friendly
thinking,
dragon.
trust the magic
But I
dragon
found sarcastic dragon.
lives by the sea. Do-do-do. Nah, never mind.
I'm realizing
You-
my
you
voice
live
for
by the sea.
Merrick and Reginald are about the same. I'll try and
both
come up with a
being-
better Merrick voice.
They're both being sucked into the annoyment singularity.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to go through the lost and found and get back my lost items, I guess.
Yep. So you notice Drez's items are there, and, geez, Alarm, did you? No, you didn't lose anything.
I didn't lose anything.
Okay. But yeah, it's pretty much
my god, I just
all of your
realized you
stuff.
Tobias'd me.
Oh yes, he is animal
From
morpher.
Animorphs.
You basically turned me. You made me the red hot character that's stuck in animal form. Fucking ever.
Yep. Except for Tobias didn't have Air Jordans on. You got a one-up on him.
Alright, I get back a bag of infinite rocks. But the bing, I get back wardrobe ring.
Oh, that's a fine
Bada
looking
boom.
necklace you have there.
And then gets back
Are you? Oh, you're talking to Merrick. He's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's the other thing. Well, considering you guys are single-handedly behind the biggest windfall of my life, I figured I'd at least give you a little bit of something. So feel free to take one thing. You know, just one. The rest you'll have to buy at a steep discount, mind you.
Alright, so...
I could give him a bit of a purring voice, like a what? Like an almost sultry voice.
Just give him a Khajiit voice.
I give you a discount.
Okay, fine. I will give him a bit of a Diego.
Merrick have winners if you have coin.
Alright. Alright. Hey. Is that, I'm just going to skip straight to part.
Yeah, so for
because
people
I
that
have a
don't know,
list
I
of
gave them...
items.
Yeah, I gave them the list of items. So I might as well read out the list of items for people that wanted to see it. In fact, I'll just drag it over to... These are weird images that Keith has thrown into the podcast chat. Okay, so I'll just read everything, and then you guys can come up with your options. So there was the tooth phase pillow, 6 spell crystals in a bag, an immovable object, bag of daggers, orb of adhesions, siren's choker, remote controlled bird, 10 sheets of trap paper, orb of sharpness, body paint to the chameleon, body paint to the tortoise, sky render, which is like a staff, the Estus flask, no explanation needed, the shard of Indarleon, with the wondrous axe, ring of feather falling, and the orb of jumping. That's actually a ring of jumping. There's a orb of mithril somewhere there. Oh yeah, and there's also a ring of warmth, magic duct tape, and orb of mithril. There we go.
Yeah,
That's the list.
I was intrigued by the orb of mithril. Is that like an upgrade orb?
It's well, yeah. If you put it on a magical item of yours, it will gain some kind of magic property. I can't necessarily tell you what it'll do, but well, like its name, and he like touches it and like sticks to his hand. And he has to like wiggle it off, and it's like it's very adhesive.
I see you have Big X.
Yes, that's the. I assume you were talking about the Axe of Wonder. Was it, or is it the Wondrous Axe?
You know, let's just say I have an interest in large axes and the acquisition of them.
Okay, well, it is, it's yours if that's what you choose.
Yep.
Okay.
I grab X.
How much would it be for the Siren's Choker and the Mithril Orb?
They're about the same price, I think. It's about 4,000 gold pieces, though I will easily, barter things if you so wish to do so. I don't mind acquiring new things for old things, if you know what I mean.
So...
I have old door that I picked up from building. Do you want the door?
I mean, I could give you some lint from my pocket and trade. That thing has seen some use. And also it's a cigar, so I'm kind of confused about why you're calling it a door.
I go over to, side... Let's do it as a cigar. I go over to, like, kind of safe corner of shop and start to feel the axe in my hands and, like, kind of swivel it around to get a sense for how much it weighs and stuff.
It is very comfortable. Maybe it's a bit light, you're not sure. It actually looks like somebody took a wand of wonder, maybe, from a dead wizard and then screwed on an axe and then just hoped it would work.
I give it a little, like, shimmy.
It is glittery as fuck.
I suddenly begin to regret my decision.
You look fabulous.
Glitter is everywhere.
I have question.
Yes.
Why is X fabulous?
I mean, it's the Axe of Wonder. You spin it around and it induces a feeling of wonder in those that gaze upon it. And if you hit somebody hard enough, well, it's got a bit of a, surprise waiting for them. And you.
And it's never coming out of your beard.
I mean, I guess I'll keep it, but, I step outside real quick and just kind of, like, shake it around more vigorously and see if I can, like, make a rainbow and stuff like that.
You can make a rainbow.
You know, it doesn't make me feel tough.
No, it's definitely a little bit more on the flamboyant side, but the effects are, well, undeniable, if chaotic.
Huh.
Having buyer's remorse?
I mean, feel free to trade it in, as long as you don't do anything major. I suppose you could come back later with buyer's remorse, but I might charge you a bit of a fee. I'm generous, but I'm not that generous. So,
I like it. I've already come to grips with it.
Sinister.
well, they said give him a bit of a purr, and unfortunately, my purr is maybe a little bit menacing. Well, let's go with it. The
purr is a little dwarfy.
I am not a pro voice actor. If you want that, go watch Critical Role. Anyway.
We're literally professional voice actors.
Yes. So Drez, are you having anything, or are you just going to ignore your stuff in that box there?
Why does he even know that it's me?
I mean, you're in my shop. I know everybody in my shop. It's
I
my
can't even
business
carry
to know.
my own stuff.
I mean,
I
I'm
can't
sure you can
pick it
figure
up.
something out. You can pick up the bag of holding, or you could give it to Dimitri.
I think the
All-
bag is bigger than me.
I go over and pick up the things.
Okay, so all of your money is there. Yeah. And
You said we get one free thing?
yes, and seeing his size is a bit of a concern for
I'm
you.
just gonna
Well-
bathe in the body paint of the tortoise.
Okay, so you just come out and you have got face paint galore, and you feel a bit tougher. It's like, well, I guess that's easy. I was going to offer a resizing service, but I guess, well, I don't need to worry about that. Any one of you want some half-used body paint of the tortoise? No, it probably isn't useful anymore anyway.
Okay. Well, I'll take the necklace because that will. I think it was like the siren's choker.
Yeah. So it's like Drez's bracers. Of course, if you want any of your other equipment resized, I can do that for you as a bit of a service. In fact, let me handle that axe of yours, at least for a moment. That is maybe a bit small for you. I mean, it really is kind of a hand axe right now, as opposed to like a great axe in Gruckmitri's hands. Have we lost Bird?
Excuse me?
He's offering to resize your axe so it's bigger.
Oh, sorry. Ladybird just came and gave me a thing. So I had to look at that.
What if Axel's car?
Back up again, just repeat that. So he's offering to resize my axe?
Yes. So it's ogre-sized as opposed to not ogre-sized.
Ogre-sized. Well, when I become, in the long term, that's a really bad idea, right?
I mean, all you have to do is find me and I'll resize it for you. This is a service I offer to my, well, my honored, most honored clients and benefactors.
Okay, how many times
suckers.
do we get this service gratis?
You have done me more than enough favors that I owe you at least this much for, at least, let's say, about the next 10 years. After that, maybe do me another favor and we'll talk. Or money, I don't know.
Make it so.
I already am. Okay. So your axe is now bigger. Is a big axe.
I wave around a slightly larger rainbow.
It is a double rainbow.
And how much was it for the mithril orb again?
It's about, let's say about, let's go with 3,000. It's not quite as flashy as that other orb I sold you. By the way, what did you ever use it on? I'm always interested in seeing what people do with these things.
I've been reserving it for a special occasion. Part of it is I don't know what the effects will be. I mean, it'll be interesting.
Well, that's part of the fun of it. That's why I wish to know. In fact, I will give you a 500 gold piece deal. How should we say, if you use it in front of me, because God, I love seeing the results.
The one of light or the mithril one?
Either or, I
purchased?
don't mind.
Okay. So I decide to use the mithril one on my armor that I'm currently wearing.
Okay, it is now mithril, so it gets a +1, and it's like super light.
Ooh, nice. Is it shiny?
Yeah, it's shiny. It is no longer this kind of darkened leather. It's actually more kind of like very flexible mithril plates.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, so you've got a flexible mithril bodice and pants, and bracers and sash.
And that's a +1, right? Is it like a magic bonus?
Yeah, it's a +1 on top of whatever you already had.
Oh, okay, great. And maybe I'll just call it the mithril armor now.
Okay. And you see Skitter kind of whispers to you, Gruck, and is like, I'm just gonna hide in here until you're gone, and then I'll leave. But I bought this, and he's got like a bag of daggers, and he looks so happy.
Yeah, now he doesn't have to carry all of them.
Even more daggers.
Literally infinite daggers. You see like a target, and it is more dagger than target. This is Christmas. I guess he's not whispering, so I guess he's more like, this is Christmas.
What's this?
He doesn't know what Christmas is. They don't know what Jesus is.
I'm allowed to believe in things that don't exist. I'm a little goblin. I don't want you big people
You're
telling me
not
what
little
to
Timmy.
believe in. I'm allowed to have dreams, even if the dreams are dumb and belittled by everybody. But I can believe. Even if Santa's dead, and we already saw that. Or we left him to die, I'm not sure.
Rune
Nobody ever
Splinter.
checked.
Right, Santa basically died in this campaign in the overflowing toilet bowl arena.
That's one way to describe
Alright.
it.
Is there anything else to do in here? Because I would like to use this as a stopping point.
I'm surprised that you forgot about the duct tape.
It is fine. If you guys want to
like I
pool
said,
your
that's
money,
a
you
good
can buy
item.
more stuff.
Dimitri wants X.
Okay. So, you guys finish up your purchases, and you notice Merrick is a little bit disappointed that the mithril orb just went on armor. I think he was hoping for the sunlight orb, but as you
well,
leave...
I can do the sunlight orb on my sword.
He kind of perks up at that one. I'll give you an extra 200 gold piece discount on the mithril orb. If you... Yeah.
Okay, so I will use it on my rapier because it hasn't
Okay.
really received much for upgrades.
So, your rapier, like, flashes, and since it's actually just a handle, you don't really know what happened. It's bright. You now have a flashlight. Perpetually.
No, it has to be like a laser blade. Come on.
Okay, so you flip the switch or whatever the activator was. Okay, so liquid sunlight just kind of pools out and like swims around. It is really really
D.
bright. You don't really want to look at it that much.
Did I just
He has a
ruin my
Sunny
sword?
D sword.
Well, I can't tell you if you've ruined it, but that is actually blinding.
So there's no water in it.
I mean, you could touch it. Maybe that's water. Oh wait, no, this is Merrick. Sorry. Maybe that's water. I wouldn't know. However, you touch that. That is not a touching swords is not a service that I provide. If you want to see a cat about touching swords, well, you can find my cousin Beric, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I tapped the sword lightly against one of my armored shin guards.
There
since it's mithril
is, so there is actually kind of like a cut. Actually, it looks kind of melty.
now. Ooh, okay.
Laura now has the rapier of mutual blinding.
Yeah, it is bright.
Lightsaber.
You don't want to look directly at it.
I wonder if there's any way to dim this down. Can I adjust this setting?
Well, I mean, you could turn it off. It seems like you have that ability.
Can I have those
You
goggles?
could get a blade crossguard. That's a lampshade. It would look like a dog, like.
This is not what I wanted. I was actually gonna use the mithril originally on the sword and then the light on the armor, but then I'm like, wait, no, then my armor would be gleaming and that would be a bad idea. At least I can turn this on and off. But at the same time, I'm gonna need sunglasses or goggles.
Oh,
Actually,
I mean, if you
everywhere.
want sunglasses, I can sell you those. That's like a gold piece. I've got quite the selection. I've got aviators. I've got knockoff Ray-Bans. They don't let me sell real Ray-Bans for reasons, but I've got at least something passable if you so desire.
I really wish I hadn't used this on my rapier.
Ah, but it got you a discount. And discounts are everything.
Okay, I'm gonna oh, I don't know if I want to do this.
It was
I
a
also
mistake,
have-
but at least it was a cheap mistake.
I have the shadow orb as well. And I'm like, can I put the shadow orb on my rapier? And mix it with the
And
light.
hopefully it doesn't create like a matter antimatter explosion.
I'm gonna do it. I might as well.
Okay. So you mush in the darkness orb too. And the sword that was so brilliant and blinding, it just kind of turns gray. It's like this weird inert gray.
All right.
And it doesn't move. Right. Like it does it looks almost unwilling when it moves.
Unwilling? What do you mean by that?
Like when you
I can
move the
swing
sword around, there's a bit of a lag time between when the handle moves and the rest of the sword.
That's weird. And
It's like dimension breaking that looks like it's like moving at a lower frame rate.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of doing something weird. He's like, well, that's bizarre. I have never seen that before.
well, that's what you get when you mix darkness with light. Hey, can you chuck a rocket at my blade?
Okay.
No problem.
Because you have the bag
Oh,
of infinite
okay,
rocks,
good.
right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I have a bowl
I
of rocks,
do.
but that works well. Can you here, move over to the target range. There's a target range the Skidder was throwing on. This shop's bigger than I've drawn. I'll draw like a real shot for next time.
Batter up.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna need a pair of attack rolls here.
Is it going to be attack or athletics or
It would be a ranged attack for Greg and not Greg,
like and
Dimitri,
a rapier swing for
and
me?
a melee attack for you.
This dwarf is
okay.
just watching these two suspicious
Ah,
people arm
why is
Okay.
my damage bad?
So-
But my
God.
attack is amazing.
So, Grukmitri misses terribly, but that's okay because you swing your sword through the air, and the rock just disappears into whatever it is.
it disappeared into the sword?
Yeah,
Sort of holding.
it noiselessly is just gone.
Can you just put a rock on the ground and I will lightly touch the tip of the sword to the rock?
Okay.
Sure, I do.
So you do that, and there's just this like perfect hole in the rock.
Yes! Now I have a incinerating sword that isn't blinding.
I would probably recommend never touching that if you value your fingers.
Oh, no.
Don't
of course.
bring that to Beric. I don't like him, but I don't want him to touch that sword.
Also, don't drop that on the train.
Oh, no, I turn it off.
It just kind of it actually takes a bit to go. But it like kind of slowly just implodes on itself.
Okay, turn it back on again.
It's back.
Okay, turn it off again. So I have a water sword shadow
Lightsaber.
light thing of I don't know.
It's
how-
antimatter water.
That thing worries me. I'm just gonna say that right now.
That thing is quite terrifying.
I would ask
yes.
that you never turn that on in this shop, lest I lose some valuable merchandise or floorboards.
All right. I apologize. Oh. Okay. Now I feel even worse. But
He
at
asked
least
for
it's not
this.
blinding.
It's his fault.
I used up all my special orbs.
By the way,
Max is like, take all those dangerous things and rub them together.
Dimitri, you do have your sunlight orb.
Oh, he has one too?
Yes. Or not sunlight orb. Was it fiery? There was something. You
I
had an
the
orb.
fiery orb, yes.
Yeah, it was a fiery orb, not the sunlight orb. Sorry, misspoke.
Oh, alright.
So
Hey,
you can
what's
think about
this?
that one for next time. Or,
Oh,
oh, you're
okay.
doing something?
No, I would rather wait for the next time, personally.
Okay, yeah.
Watch after all this hype. The first time she swings it at something, she critically misses again.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I will, honestly...
no.
it hopefully won't. It hopefully won't delete this reality.
Create a black hole or something? No. Oh gosh, that'd be terrible.
Oh, God. Okay, people are just throwing out suggestions on what to do with the sword, and none of them are good. So you guys leave the shop, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm feeling.
Spending spree bonus
I'm
extra
despondent.
episode time.
I feel like I've been gypped in more ways than one. It's my own stupidity at fault. Then again, these things are just.
Just remember, you did it for a discount. And Merrick, like, closes the door.
But these could have been worth a lot more.
And Skitter goes with him, but presumably is somewhere on the train.
Alright.
Sorry about that. He kind of stalks us every once in a while.
That was very weird. So, about that dining car, eh?
Yes. Let's go grab some din-dins.
Alright. 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
3,
Yep.
2, 1, stop. Originally,
That
it was
a long
supposed.
one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Originally, Merrick was supposed to show up if you guys opened any of those other rooms, but nobody even bothered to check them. I'm like, well, shit, I gotta handbone this in somewhere before things accelerate and we don't get time for shopping. However, I think I know how I'm gonna handle shopping for the future. Specifically, so you could see Vivi's workshop outside the window of Merrick's shop. He may have moved in.
Nah.
The random pictures
Alright, I
are
do
because
have to
that's the
split, like,
character
right
I
now,
picture
but,
Reginald as at this
Yep.
point.
Good night,
See you,
everybody.
bird.
Bye-bye.
Night.
The picture was there because at this point Reginald is that character for me.
Which character?
Well, we
The-
said that
Oh,
uh,
sorry. I was looking at the face of Bo. I had not scrolled
No.
down for that guy.
we said Bird was face of Bo.
He
He doesn't have
really
a body.
sure.
Wait, but that's a cat. Shouldn't that be Merrick?
No, that's Reginald.
Oh.
Merrick got
You'd
Diegoified,
have
so
to you'd have to read the comic for personality reasons.
Oh, I see.
It's the protagonist of Lackadaisy, which matches perfectly with everything that has been Merrick's behavior so far. I mean,
Merrick?
Reginald.
Reginald.
yeah. The distinction will become clearer as we move farther away from them having the same voice.
Alright then.
Okay.
Now we
Trying to
should
think
find a
of what I
time to
wanna
do
do.
more.
Yeah, so for people watching this and want more D&D, unfortunately Bird has quiet hours at midnight, so we could only do one episode today. So what we're going to do probably is
Hang-ups
have the
again?
next one be on like Wednesday night or something like that. Kind of depends on Bird, but and Keith. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'll announce it beforehand and try and be obvious with when D&D is going to happen, because that should be fun. But for now, I think, I guess Keith is probably going. I think I'm going to get off. Unfortunately, D&D nights take a lot from me, because I more or less got up immediately today and started working. And so it's kind of impossible for me to carry on with anything else. My lips hurt, and my voice hurts from pretending to be a dwarf. So, we'll do regular stream tomorrow. Probably more escapist, maybe. But good night, guys. See you tomorrow.